From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear how a new partnership will impact workers at Northern Light Health.
Plus, Belfast is facing a lot of costly repairs following last month's powerful windstorm.
And we'll hear from people who are welcoming help from the state as they struggle to heat their homes. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson, jumping the gun there. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday morning. Starting off with a check of the forecast, as we always do. Looks like kind of another messy day potential. A little bit of snow going to be falling on and off through the day. No big accumulations or anything like that, but it's certainly going to cause some slippery driving conditions out there.
Definitely, and it's going to hide the full moon from us tonight as well. Kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. So we woke up to some snow this morning. We got about 2 to 4 inches in some areas, and now we're seeing some reduced visibility still. That could possibly be as a result of some fog or some snow that's still falling across the area. We do still have a small cloud advisory. It is in effect until 1 p.m. Friday, or later this afternoon, I should say, as we'll start seeing the winds calming down by that point along the coast. But meanwhile, though, the radar and satellite showing things calming down for now, and the key word is for now. You can look further off towards the south and west. We're still seeing some more precipitation developing. It's this wave right here off toward our south and west. It's going to be moving in later on this afternoon. That'll give us another chance for up to 1 inch of snow possible in a few areas. Let's zoom things out. This is kind of the only game going on right now, this aerial pressure that's currently moving through. Not much action further off towards the west. So once you get this through, things will begin to calm down for a few days. The winds won't be too bad either, backing off to about 5 miles per hour, hence why the small cloud advisory expires later this afternoon, but the winds remaining calm even through parts of Saturday afternoon. As for future casting, by about this afternoon, by about 2 o'clock or so, we'll start seeing the snow moving through. Maybe a quick little burst of a few flurries by early Saturday morning, but otherwise, though, things will start to calm down pretty quickly as we head towards the weekend. So for today, snow showers around 1 inch possible, highs in the lower 30s, that north wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And our early forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, cloudy skies, snow showers get going by around 2 to 3 o'clock. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Well, one of the state's largest healthcare providers has announced a new partnership that could affect a portion of its workers. Devin Dagnall met with the president and CEO to discuss what changes are coming.
Northern Light Health announced that they will begin a strategic relationship with Optum. Tim Dentry, the president and CEO of Northern Light Health, says that he hopes the partnership will help streamline a lot of the services the healthcare provider has struggled with in the past. Dentry says the partnership will improve things like information systems, supply chains, and the digital experience for patients.
I'm very positive and upbeat about this because I think it's good. It's good for our staff, and it's especially good for our direct caregivers.
According to Dentry, the new relationship will only affect about 10% of the active staff across the whole of Northern Light Health.
This is for very specific operations, and again, they're support services. So it's not direct patient care in any way, shape, or form. This is really supply chain. It is the rev cycle from the time you schedule an appointment through billing and all those kinds of headache things that are in healthcare.
Dentry says that those affected by the partnership don't need to worry about any downsizing because their jobs are actually guaranteed under the first year of the contract. After that, he says there's still no cause for concern.
Other health systems that have had this in place for 3-4 years, they've actually added staff. Their turnover rate is less than half of what ours is right now in the state. There's no guarantees beyond a year, but we think the track record is such that it's going to be a very positive thing for all of their careers.
Dentry says it will take some time before Optum is fully integrated, and he expects the process to be more or less completed by the end of March. In Brewer for ABC7 and Fox 22, I'm Devin Dagnall.
New details now in a crash that badly damaged a home and may lead to charges. The Piscataquis County Sheriff's Office says they have identified the driver of a vehicle that crashed into a home on 6 Main Road in Abbott Wednesday evening. The Sheriff's Office says the operator was a 16-year-old girl from Guilford who claimed that she had swerved into the house to avoid a deer when she hit the home. Construction crews were on the scene of the incident yesterday, starting to make repairs. According to the Sheriff's Office Facebook page, deputies responded to what they called a hit-and-run incident along Main Road at 4:40 p.m. in which a vehicle appeared to be traveling at a high rate of speed before crashing. Nobody was there at the time. Officers are still investigating, but say charges may be coming.
Meanwhile, a somber record for 2022. Maine finished the year with 179 highway fatalities. That's the most in 15 years. Officials with the Maine Bureau of Highway Safety are spreading awareness in hopes of making Maine roads safer. Highway Safety Coordinator Nicholas Brown says they've seen some disturbing trends since the onset of the pandemic.
It just seems like once the pandemic hit, people started reverting back to doing more reckless endangerment when it comes to driving and whatnot, and making, the wrong choices when they get behind the wheel. It's safety first. You want to put your phone away. You have to make sure you have no impairment whatsoever.
Says their ultimate goal is to have zero highway fatalities. He says that takes everyone doing their part by always remembering to wearing their seatbelts, to always drive sober and without distractions.
Waterfront businesses in Bar Harbor have filed an injunction as part of their federal lawsuit against the new daily limit on cruise ship passengers allowed into town. In November, Bar Harbor voters approved a limit of 1,000 incoming passengers per day to the popular tourist destination. The lawsuit states 2,000 to 4,500 passengers normally disembark daily during the cruise ship season. Fish Main restaurant group co-owner Christy Bond says the limit would be devastating to businesses that rely on the town's strong tourism industry.
We'll start with, we'll probably have to close earlier and open later. We'll probably have to employ less people. The list goes on. If I'm employing less people, there's less people in town spending money. The trickle down is real.
Bond says the businesses have filed for an injunction with the hopes of putting these new rules on hold while the lawsuit plays out.
The purpose of that is to keep everything the status quo while the judge is going through and trying to determine his decision, so that hopefully the cruise ships next year can stay as they are scheduled. We're hopeful that the judge will understand that it's going to cause immediate irreparable harm if all these ships don't come next summer.
Bond says the business owners were shocked and disheartened by the vote by Bar Harbor residents who say they are fed up with congestion during the busy months. As of now, the judge has yet to make a decision on the motion for injunction.
Well, the city of Belfast is expecting costly repairs after that late December storm devastated much of the coast. David Ledford has that story.
It was a big storm. We've seen him before. We'll see him again, but we'll make do.
Belfast is still dealing with the fallout from a storm in late December that brought a different kind of winter weather. According to city officials, the cost to repair city-owned property, including docks and boathouses, and clear debris from the powerful storm that hit on December 23rd, could cost as much as $120,000. Belfast Fire Chief Patrick Richards says the significance of the damage is due to the city's proximity to the ocean and a lack of an effective coastal defense.
We sustained some very heavy winds, high winds, a lot of impact from the ocean, the sea level rise. Anything that comes from the ocean, we suffer quite a significant impact. There's just no protection there.
While a large portion of this debris was cleared before the start of the new year, many docks are still stacked up on nearby land, waiting to be repaired. Richards says this has impacted the fishing and boating community the most, but does not expect summer tourism to be affected. Belfast Mayor Eric Sanders says that the city has seen similar storm damage in the past, and that the town is planning to rebuild the current breakwater, which is meant to reduce the power of incoming waves before they reach the shore. Sanders says that rebuilding the breakwater to be both taller and longer could cost an estimated $11 million.
It's going to cost money, but it's needed. In '87, people said they were crazy to build it, they'd never need it. And I was down there that morning on the 23rd, and you couldn't even see it.
In Belfast, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
What did he say? 87 people are ready to build?
Something like that.
If they can get the funding, I think Belfast residents will really be able to band together. They're a strong community down there and help fix it.
We'll see what happens there.
Absolutely. Well, the time now is 8:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the city of Bangor has provided new charging stations for people with electric vehicles. We'll tell you where to find them.
But first, let's take another look at your forecast. Today, it will be a cloudy day. We can expect some light snow from time to time. The highs near 33 degrees. Mostly cloudy tonight with lows dropping down to 23. Tomorrow, yes, we can expect some more isolated flurries in the area, maybe a few snow showers, but we may actually see a little bit of the sun as well. The highs tomorrow, 38 degrees.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Hello, Maine. This is Steve McKay. Not sure what the weather will be in your neck of the woods, but there's a 100% chance of Luke showing up near you. Next Home Experience is listing and selling homes throughout Maine. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
To the bucket. Big time basketball right there. Oh, shot out of a cannon. Bring the house down. Can you believe this? Talk about nuggets. What a play. How about that? Wow. None better than this. That's what I'm talking about.
Creighton, UConn, then Michigan, Michigan State. Saturday at 11:30 Eastern on Fox.
Welcome back, everyone. Tens of thousands of Mainers are about to get $450 sent to their bank accounts. It's all part of that emergency heating relief plan that was just signed into law.
And as Asia Reed shows us, a lot of people say they're looking forward to the extra help.
Eligible Mainers will receive $450 as a part of the emergency heating relief plan, which the governor signed Wednesday, right before her inauguration.
I think it's too bad that it got delayed into January, but I'm glad that the legislature was able to come together and actually help the Maine people get through this hard winter.
The plan is to help eligible Mainers with $40 million going towards home heating assistance and $10 million in emergency fuel assistance.
I believe that families are struggling, and the ones that are struggling need heat.
It's necessary for a lot of people, but a lot of people it isn't.
Not everyone is on board with the idea.
Not unless they deserve it. If you're on Social Security, and that's all you got, and basically, but people with making $100,000, $200,000, $80,000, take care of yourself.
Single filing Mainers who make under $100,000 a year could receive $450, $900 for those filing jointly and making less than $200,000 a year.
I think $450 is a good start. I think some folks will always need more.
I mean, it's better than nothing. That's about half a tank for most little houses these days. It helps.
I think perhaps $450 isn't going to go very far this time.
$450 would probably buy half a tank of oil, I think, and it would help. I just wonder where the money's coming from.
The state says funding comes from surplus money. Governor Mills says about 880,000 residents will get the money. The state says Mainers could receive a check in their mailbox as soon as mid-January.
The city of Bangor has installed 2 new electric vehicle charging stations, which are available for public use. The stations are located across the street from the Bangor Public Library and inside of the Pickering Square parking garage. Bangor has been working on installing these charging stations since receiving funding from the state's Community Action Grant Program. The new additions bring the total number of city-provided stations to 4, each having the ability to charge 2 cars at the same time.
10 rural libraries across the state of Maine have received funding in order to make telehealth appointments more accessible. It's all part of the Maine State Library Health Connect program. That program is supported by funding awarded to the Maine State Library as part of the American Rescue Plan Act. Under the program, select libraries will offer telehealth appointments free of charge. Residents can set up online face-to-face appointments that are held inside of a soundproof private room at the designated library of choice. The Alice L. Pendleton Library in Islesboro, Cary Library up in Holton, Pittsfield Public Library, and the Skowhegan Free Public Library are just a few of the libraries picked for that program.
It's a great savings. With gas prices almost $4 a gallon here now, it saves a lot of money for the patients and a lot of time and gives them peace of mind that they don't have to travel in the wintertime.
Wellington says telehealth patients just need to bring along their own Zoom ID with them to the library in order to join their appointments in those new spaces. Libraries used to be just a place where you can go to check out a book or whatever. They are so much more now. They're becoming more of a center of the community and offering services like that.
Absolutely. And it's such a good thing, too, because Wi-Fi can be so iffy. And when you do a Zoom call like that, you need good Wi-Fi.
You do.
So it's a good place to do that. Well, when we return, we'll check out your community calendar for the weekend.
Plus, we'll have an interview with someone from a local wildlife refuge to learn what they have to offer this winter. Don't go away.
Welcome to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop in Brewer.
And some call me the King.
There are RC trucks, cars, crawlers, and parts aplenty. There are planes, metal detectors, and gear galore. I have decreed that all people can book birthday parties with their RC vehicles provided for all. We have indoor and outdoor tracks and crawling courses available. Bring yourself, your family, and friends to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop, South Main Street, Brewer.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Wednesday, January 11th, one of these song-guessing celebrities will win it all.
Name that tune.
Celebrity Name That Tune. Season premiere Wednesday, January 11th on Fox.
The family of a Maine veteran voiced concerns about the condition of his gravestone at a state cemetery, saying the lettering was fading away. Dan Lampriello shows us how the issue is impacting much more than one veteran and how it will be fixed.
The Southern Maine Veterans Cemetery is a place of remembrance.
It's a little over 7 years that he's been buried here.
For Marilyn Earle, it's a place to see her husband Richard, who served in the Army Air Corps.
He was a helicopter pilot, and he was in Vietnam.
Like so many other Maine veterans, that service is honored row by row here. But amid what's supposed to be a uniformed memorial, Marilyn Earle says her husband's grave no longer fits in.
If you look at the one directly behind him, the name and all stand right out and look beautiful. And this one, it's like, ho-hum. No, it's just not correct.
Earle says she first started seeing the black inlay on the gravestone chip away a few years ago, but it's now almost completely gone.
Before, it was very nice. The letters were very prominent, was no trouble reading it, and you could tell what branch of service they were in, what years they served and all. And now you have to go right up. You'd almost have to do a shading on it to read it.
Her late husband's grave is not the only one, with dozens in different stages of deterioration, something Earl says she brought to the cemetery but couldn't get an answer or fix on.
And he said, well, there's not much you can do about it. And I said, well, I'd like to color it in myself. And he said, well, that would be defacing government property, and there's certainly a fine or even jail for that. Well, you know, I became intimidated by that a bit.
Which eventually led her and her family to reach out to the I-Team. And within hours, we had an answer and a commitment to make things right. The Maine Bureau of Veterans Services says the black inlay was painted with lithochrome, a water-resistant paint which over time can fade or chip in a very non-uniform way. The headstones are provided free for veterans buried here by the federal government, and the state now says they'll be working with them to replace Richard Earl's. It's a step his widow hopes could help other veterans moving forward.
Television reaches a lot of people, and people are concerned about the veterans.
Something that's so concerning to the families, which is, you know, very understandable too.
Hey, yeah, but she found a fix for it, so good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll affect a lot of other families as well. Well, the time now is 8:21.
Time to get a full look at our weather forecast with Devin.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. So visibility is reduced in a few spots this morning, possibly due to some snow flurries across the area and possibly even some fog. So keep an eye on that this morning as you do make that morning commute. Reduced small craft advisories up till early this afternoon. The winds are starting to calm down now, but it'll take a little bit for the wave heights to respond with the system just off toward our east. But for now, here's a look at the latest maps. So again, we've been watching some snow moving through from time to time. Could be some fog or a few flurries out there. It's further off towards the south and west where we have been seeing this wave of moisture right here that's dragging in from the southwest, going toward the north and east. So we have this little bit of a wave on the way yet before things start to calm down as we head into the weekend. Still maybe a slight chance for snow as we head towards your Saturday, but that'll be about it. Here's the area low pressure off toward the north. Here's another one right here tracking off towards the north and east. So again, once we get things through, we have a slight chance for snow Saturday and a Saturday night, but that'll be about all. Futurecast moving forward, here's a general idea. Around 2 to 3 o'clock, we'll start seeing this developing and tracking off towards the east. By later this evening, we'll start seeing things calming down, and by Saturday, start off with some clouds, maybe a few flurries trying to sneak in here from time to time, but the sky really starts to clear out of here later on Saturday night, except for the eastern areas, maybe a few flurries there. But by Sunday morning, we'll see some clearing of the skies, which will equal some sunshine. This is going a little bit more aggressive than I'm thinking, though, at this point, at least around an inch or less possible before we're all finished up. Maybe some isolated areas of up to 1 inch, but that'll generally be about all. So your forecast moving forward for today looks a little bit like this. Lower 30s on the way, nearly above freezing. Snow showers with around an inch or less possible. Well, that north breeze getting up to about 5 miles per hour. As we look ahead towards tonight, the lower 20s do make a return. Some snow showers early. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, a lot calmer. Upper 30s on the way, getting above freezing. Mostly cloudy. Slight chance for a few snow showers still can't be ruled out. But look at the wind backing off out of the west to about 5 miles per hour at best. Here's a look at your extended forecast. So again, by Sunday, all the snow is wrapped up. Mostly sunny. Temperatures cool off with upper 20s for the high temperature after an overnight low Saturday night to around 12 degrees. We warm up into the upper 30s by Monday with a partly cloudy sky. But then look ahead towards Tuesday. Upper 30s are back yet again. Scattered snow showers on the way yet again as another system begins to move in.
Looking for a new work experience? Fox and ABC Bangor are partnering with local employers to feature the best local job opportunities, like this one.
Tyler came to Nitro Trailers a little over 4 years ago as a production welder, and throughout his time here, with hard work, determination, positive attitude, coachable, Tyler has advanced many positions throughout that short amount of time. He's been a huge asset to the company. Really enjoy having Tyler here and hope to have many more like him in the future.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
Are you looking to have some fun, including soaring on Skyrider, the ultimate indoor zip line? Well, come over to Urban Air, Bangor's #1 birthday party destination, located at the Airport Mall. Urban Air has gravity-defying attractions for all ages, including our Warrior Course, trampolines, enormous arcade section, and climbing walls. Call us today to schedule your birthday party. And don't forget, we have endless play memberships available as well. Urban Air, let them fly.
The Drew Crew is here! Hello!
Yes, let's Drew it.
You're here. It's fantastic. Just stay that way. I love it.
Baby, do you feel me now?
Feeling it.
Oh, give us a pint of the good stuff, Drew. You kind of crushed it today. I do love this job.
Drew, weekdays at 11 on Fox 22.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine, and now a check of your national news. We turn now to the chaos on Capitol Hill. A group of conservative Republicans continues to block their own conference leader, Kevin McCarthy, from becoming the next House Speaker. McCarthy has now lost 11 rounds of votes in the last 3 days. ABC's Alex Preche has the latest from Washington.
Republican Kevin McCarthy now gearing up for a 4th day of votes on whether or not he should be the new GOP House Speaker.
A speaker has not been elected.
Vote after vote, McCarthy has now failed 11 times. The last time a speaker's race went beyond 9 ballots was 1859. But the California Republican telling ABC as he left Capitol Hill late last night, he's willing to drag this out.
I'm not putting any timeline on it. I just think we've got some progress going on. We've got members talking. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
McCarthy hopes caving to key demands from GOP holdouts will give him the votes he needs. He's even offering to change the House rules so one single lawmaker could force a vote to remove a speaker. Some of his supporters say he's giving in too much.
We cannot allow a small group of folks commit political terrorism, and that's what they're doing.
Democrats pointing to the dysfunction.
Kevin McCarthy's ego and his pursuit of this speakership at all costs is drowning out the voices and the needs of the American people.
Without a speaker, the House is at a standstill. Members can't be sworn in, meaning they also can't help their constituents on everything from passport requests to helping people apply for federal benefits. Top lawmakers also warning they won't have security clearance until they're sworn in. No classified briefings with military or intelligence. There's also concern that some staffers won't get paid and could even lose benefits. One Republican tweeting, the handful holding up the speaker election is not helping Americans, but directly hurting them.
Well, meanwhile, President Biden will mark the 2nd anniversary of the January 6th Capitol attack today by honoring those who protected the Capitol. Among those being recognized are several police officers who defended the Capitol. That includes Officer Brian Sicknick, who died from his injuries in the days following the attack. His partner has now filed a wrongful death lawsuit against former President Trump and 2 people who were at the Capitol that day. The suit states that Sicknick's wrongful death was a direct and foreseeable consequence of the defendant's unlawful actions. It seeks $10 million from each of those defendants.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, a once-in-a-lifetime event will be occurring in the stars. We'll have the details on how to spot it.
Plus, your weekend community calendar filled with local events. That's more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, January 15th, 2023, and today is also Three Kings Day, marking the 12th day of Christmas and the glorification of baby Jesus by the three wise men. I thought we were over with Christmas. Not so.
Not quite.
Today is also Armenian Christmas, so if you are Armenian, Merry Christmas to you.
I know a lot of Eastern Europeans celebrate Christmas in different times because Orthodox Christianity versus our Western versions of Christianity. But I think certain people are still waiting on Christmas if you're not American.
Yeah.
So, and I learned that very recently.
My Christmas stuff's in a box waiting for next year.
Right. We're not the center of the world,
No.
and I'm reminding myself. Well, on this day in Maine history, in 1854, novelist Sally Sayward Barrel Wood, a mouthful of a name, known in print as Madam Wood or also the Lady of Maine or the Lady of Massachusetts, who was Maine's first novelist and the first female American writer of Gothic fiction. Still need to learn what Gothic fiction is. She died on this day at the age of 95. And on this day in national history, in 1838, Samuel Morse and Alfred Vail demonstrated their telegraph machine in New Jersey.
And for birthdays today, we have comedian and actor Rowan Atkinson. He's 68. Actor Norman Reedus is 59 today. And rapper Polo G is 24. My new favorite. Not really. I don't know who it is, but
Rowan Atkinson, though, the Mr. Bean movie.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yes.
Okay.
I had a love-hate relationship with that movie as a kid because he's so strange.
He is strange,
And as a strange person, I love it, but at the same time, it's so strange that it's like, I'm strange, and I consider this quite strange.
Yeah, he's kind of reminds me of Benny Hill, that kind of humor from way back when. I don't know if you know who Benny Hill is, but it's a very British humor, very dry, and
Yep. Probably didn't help me becoming less strange as I got older.
No, I know the feeling.
Right.
Hey, as far as the weather is concerned today, not a beautiful day out there today, but not a bad day either. We will see a little bit of snow today. Things will be a little bit calmer compared to yesterday, which was just a mess. It is still pretty icy out there in areas, though, so you want to be careful.
Definitely. Devin Biggs has the forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. So we woke up to some snow this morning. We got about 2 to 4 inches in some areas, and now we're seeing some reduced visibility still. That could possibly be as a result of some fog or some snow that's still falling across the area. We do still have a small cloud advisory. It is in effect until 1 p.m. Friday, or later this afternoon, I should say, as we'll start seeing the winds calming down by that point along the coast. But meanwhile, though, the radar and satellite showing things calming down for now, and the key word is for now. You can look further off towards the south and west. We're still seeing some more precipitation developing. It's this wave right here off toward our south and west. It's going to be moving in later on this afternoon. That'll give us another chance for up to 1 inch of snow possible in a few areas. Let's zoom things out. This is kind of the only game going on right now, this aerial pressure that's currently moving through. Not much action further off towards the west. So once you get this through, things will begin to calm down for a few days. The winds won't be too bad either, backing off to about 5 miles per hour, hence why the small cloud advisory expires later this afternoon, but the winds remaining calm even through parts of Saturday afternoon. As for futurecasting, by about this afternoon, by about 2 o'clock or so, we'll start seeing the snow moving through, maybe a quick little burst of a few flurries by early Saturday morning, but otherwise, so things will start to calm down pretty quickly as we head towards the weekend. So for today, snow showers around 1 inch possible, highs in the lower 30s, that north wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And our early forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, cloudy skies, snow showers get going by around 2 to 3 o'clock. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Well, thank you, Devin. Well, experts are saying that there's a once-in-a-lifetime event happening right over our heads. It was discovered that the comet C-2022-E3 will be visible for the first time in 50,000 years.
It is expected the comet might get to visible to the unaided eye, but we'll have to wait and see. Comets are notoriously hard to predict their brightness. It really depends on the amount of material that's melted off as it passes by the sun, and the interaction with the solar wind will sort of push on that, creating the comet's tail.
Latch, the director of the Versant Power Astronomy Center, says that for the best results while trying to see the comet, use binoculars on a dark night. Latch also says to use a star chart to make locating that comet a little bit easier. I think one of the first things they need to do is they need to name it. You know, the C whatever, and they need a fancy name like Hale-Bopp. Remember the Hale-Bopp comet when that came around a while ago? So
we'll start a petition and we can put some names
see what we
in
can
there.
do about that.
Yeah.
Maybe George. We'll call it George.
Great idea.
Yeah, the George comet.
Good call. Yeah, a human name.
I'm full
Humanize
of it.
And now let's take a look at that community calendar. All right, so events starting tonight, Friday, January 6th. First Friday in downtown Waterville, 4 p.m. through 7 p.m. On the first Friday of each month, visit downtown Waterville to meet artists, participate in various workshops, listen to live music, eat delicious local food, and just come together as a community. This is a reoccurring event. And Maine's own comedian Bob Marley is in Ellsworth at the Grand all weekend. Tonight at 5:30, but I believe the show is sold out. He'll be at the Grand all weekend, ready to perform 6 different shows. Tickets are $35. And Worlds of Ice Planetarium experience at the Versant Power Astronomy Center in Orono, 7 p.m. tonight. Journey to the farthest reaches of the solar system, traveling through the dimensions of ice or the remote territories of the Arctic. Tickets are between $5 and $7. The Ultimate Aussie Tribute Band at Hamden Academy tonight at 7:30. Tribute band Crazy Train will perform a fundraising concert to support the music programs at the Hamden Academy. Tickets are between $7 and $15. Frozen Friday Laser Light Skate with a DJ at the Penobscot Ice Arena in Brewer, 7:30 through 9:30, $15. And Fogtown DJ set at Fogtown Brewing in Bar Harbor. A DJ will be there for 2 hours starting at 8 p.m. And $2 community yoga. These are all events starting tomorrow, Saturday, January 7th. This is at the Gatherings in Surrey. There's one at 8 and there's one at 9. This is a casual yoga class with help from teachers. It's meant mostly for yoga beginners and intermediates. It's open to all ages, and yoga mats are available. A blacksmithing class at the 19th Century Curran Village in Orrington starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. This is an all-weekend thing, and you do have to register in advance. So make sure to check out foxbangor.com for the information on how to register. You can make a draw knife and a crooked knife at this 2-day-long workshop. Story hour at the library at Stockton Springs Community Library tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's a story hour for kids of all ages. There will be snacks and a fun activity as well. Winter Birdhouse Paint and Sip tomorrow at Generations Boutique and Art Studio in Brewer. It's at 5:30 p.m. BYOB, and also make sure to register in advance. Psychic Fair at Sunny's Museum and Rock Shop in Augusta. That starts at 10 a.m. ends at 4. There will be vendors, psychic mediums, Reiki, and tarot readers. Very fun. And a benefit spaghetti dinner for Grayson at the Leroy H. Smith School in Winterport. This is at 4:30 tomorrow. We had Grayson's grandmother on our show a few days ago to talk about why he needs and his family need this help. He's in the process of getting a kidney transplant. They're still waiting for one. They both, the family has to go to Portland for dialysis multiple times a week. So this fundraiser is really going to help him out. And if you can't make it on Saturday at 4:30, we also have the information on our website for their GoFundMe.
Yeah, they're also looking for a donor out there too, trying to match somebody up there. So you might not be a match for him, but perhaps for somebody else down the line.
Absolutely. So, great point.
Lots going on this weekend.
Lots going on.
When we come back, we'll have all the day's sports news.
Yep.
And we'll also be hearing about the Horundo Wildlife Refuge.
Yeah, absolutely. Events in the local area. We'll be right back.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Toyota's all-wheel drive vehicles not only conquer the elements, Toyota conquers its competitors by sheer selection. You see, Toyota has 20 different all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models. That's more than Subaru, more than Honda, more than Jeep. Conquer most anything with the 202 horsepower all-wheel drive Camry or the fun all-wheel drive Corolla Cross, both with Toyota Safety Sense technology included. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
On the next Last Man Standing, Mandy's designs are a hit on the runway.
I know that you aren't that into fashion, but you are the kind of model every designer dreams of. Really? Yes. You have the body of a 12-year-old boy.
But when success goes to her head,
I'm wasting my time in college.
Mike takes care of business.
When do you want to go downstairs and straighten out Mandy?
This level gets to right about
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Let's go. It's not how you begin. You take advantage of the moment. But how you finish. Super Bowl 57, February 12th on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We will start with some positive news. As it's been reported on Thursday, Damar Hamlin is improving, and he's making leaps and bounds. He is awake. He's squeezing the hands of family members. He's communicating through writing. On Thursday, we heard from the Patriots for the first time prior to the injury, and they're getting ready to play the Bills, Hamlin's team, this Sunday in what's definitely going to be an emotional game, probably the most emotional NFL game that we've seen in years. And as they did earlier in the week on social media, New England offered some really strong support for Buffalo, for Hamlin, and for Hamlin's family ahead of this weekend's matchup.
We're all in this together, and I think it's important to realize that football is a game that brings people together. And I think this is a great example of bringing not only our teams together, but the whole league, the whole world, really, the whole nation.
Life's bigger than this game, and I think this is one of these humbling moments for all of us that stands out. I'd say as a coach, it's different, and I've expressed this, to the players multiple times, but the amount of respect that I have for them and what they do, and how they do it is immense.
Kind words there from Belichick. Certainly whatever happens on Sunday, life is bigger than this upcoming game. Let's move on now to some high school sports. Construction crews broke ground over at Herman High School as part of the Pottle Field reconstruction project just months after the measure was voted through.
A lot of good stuff going on around here. As sad as I am to see the bulldozers plowing off Pottle that I've been playing, been a part of for 6 years, I'm glad to see this stuff being up in a pile right now.
Pottle Field in Herman is getting a makeover.
That would be a new track, new artificial turf playing surface over here at Pottle Field, practice field in between.
Crews began the reconstruction project on Thursday, and the new complex means so much more to Hawks athletics than just a new playing surface for their football team.
I always see the soccer teams practicing in the outfield of the baseball field, and from a coach's standpoint, that would be like me practicing on a 40-yard football field. It's just great all around for the school and the community.
And especially important is the track. Now, the Hawks track and field teams can practice and compete in Herman.
And to finally have a track, our track program has been paying Hamden to go over there and use their facilities, and it would be great for our track program to start building.
The previous playing surface was just inches above a layer of rock, which kept moisture directly underneath the grass. That caused more problems than just some mud stains on the jerseys.
I love to ground and pound, and I love to watch people roll around in mud, and I love that part of football. It's the fact that this playing surface is in some spots are just inches above rock, and in some parts you can be walking at the 40-yard line, and next thing you know, you're touching rock.
As for Coach Gallant and everyone else involved in athletics, seeing this project underway after receiving support from the entire community to vote this through means the world.
The citizens of Herman have seen what we're doing, are excited about it. They want to back us, and they want to help us take it to that next level. So I'm super excited, and thank you to all those people that voted it through.
Looking forward to see how that turns out. I love running up and down the sideline at Pottle Field, and now I don't have to worry about touching rock when I do it. Let's head to the hardwood now. In Husson, both of their men's and women's programs get their first taste of NAC action this weekend. And they're both coming off of some pretty long road trips, too. Starting with the women, they are coming off of a 1-1 trip in Daytona, Florida, where they rung in the new year together. Coach Kissy Walker tells me it was a great bonding experience to gear up for the back half of the year. They've got a few returners, but they're also working in 9 newcomers in the mix, so it's been a learning curve. They still have their sights set in a return to the NAC championship, but they know they won't be getting there overnight.
Being in that championship game and having a lot of returners certainly is something that everybody wants again. And I honestly think we just have to take one game at a time and look to keep building. I don't think we can put that pressure on that we've got to be in the championship, but we've got to win the East. It's just game by game getting better and better. So We just kind of keep talking about the process.
As for the men, they have dropped a few in a row, but they've had a lot of close losses, several single-digit losses, and their most recent one against Occidental, a 60-59 loss, came down to the final possession. So the Eagles are defending NAC champions, and after a tough non-conference schedule, they're ready to get back to some familiar opponents. But like the women, they recognize there is a lot of newness this year, and they're also focused on the process more than they are results.
Well, one of the things that we recognized and we knew was going to be a process is, we had a lot of guys moving into new roles. Even the guys coming back are into new roles. But I think all in all, the process of us maturing and understanding our roles is coming along. And as we enter conference play, hopefully we're ready to go.
Looking forward to see what they can do this weekend, both in action Friday and Saturday at Newman Gym. Let's stay with hoops now, and we'll head to some high school sports. A lot of games frozen out on Thursday, but we'll go to Brewer. A Class A North matchup between the Witches and the Tigers. Brewer looking to make it 9 straight. Tigers trying to hand them that first L of the season. Second quarter, Ryder Goodwin with the ball. Nice take, a little two-man game between him and Cam Hughes, and then a nice take to the basket. Soft finish for the big man, which is up big. But Gardner would fight back. Here is Braden Elliott. He goes under the hoop, a nice move on the pump fake, and then he connects for 2. But the Witches were all over the Tigers. Here is Cam Hughes off of the inbounds, nothing but net from 3, and then turning defense into offense. Look at Brady Saunders right here. Pokes that out, leaks out for the long pass, and then lays it in nice and smooth. Brewer wins again. Final score is 80-40. Foxcroft also handed Dexter their first loss of the year, and Old Town beat Hermit tonight. Those are really all the games in our area. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Does your vehicle need a little more work? Have an odd sound coming from somewhere? Bring it over to Jackson's Automotive in Old Town. We have the best technicians and offer a fair price. We also accept all aftermarket protection plans. Now, if you're unable to drive your vehicle to us, we can help you get it here. Also, if you'd like to protect your vehicle for years to come, we offer Wool Wax undercarriage protection. We're located at 546 Main Street in Old Town. Give us a call at 827-2676.
Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm one of the heat pump consultants at Dave's World. We are Maine's leader in heat pump installations because we have an awesome team that is dedicated to an awesome experience, and we are backed by Mitsubishi products. It's easy to promise awesome, but it is another thing to deliver on awesome. There are so many solutions for every home. The goal is to solve problems and find what's right for the customer. You have heating and cooling problems, we will solve them from start to finish. Dave's World, awesome.
Who can you call when you need immediate help, any time of day or night? Always giving you and your family peace of mind.
AAA's legendary roadside assistance is a network with over 50,000 vehicles that respond to more than 32 million assistance calls every year.
If something happens and we're broken down, my family's not going to be stranded.
There are so many benefits to membership, and AAA is there if you're locked out of your car, need a tow, run out of gas, have a flat tire, or a dead battery.
If you have one flat tire or one battery service, that membership fee pays for itself.
Wherever you go, wherever you are, you can trust AAA to be there when you need them.
Join today, and a full year of AAA membership is just $53. We'll waive the membership admission fee, and as a special bonus, you'll receive a 1-year membership for an eligible family member. Don't wait another second. Call to join AAA right now.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we'll be talking about a topic that's very near and dear to my heart today, and that is the Hirundo Wildlife Refuge up in Old Town. And our friend Gudrun is joining us from there today. Thanks for coming in.
Well, my pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Normally, when you see me, I'm covered with sweat or some kind of dust because I got to tell you, I'm a little biased because I'm also one of the trustees up there. I learned about Hirundo a few years back, and actually, I've known about it for years. It's one of those places. It's just north of Bangor. I've been seeing these stories about it, and I finally got off, and went up there, and I've just discovered all these wonderful things that are going on. And that's why you're here today. We want to talk about some of the fun activities coming up this winter. It's really a great place that teaches people about the outdoors, about wildlife, about our the Wabanaki, the tribes in Maine and that sort of thing. What do you want to tell people about the winter ahead, though? You can get up there and have some fun.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, tonight we're having a full moon walk. Well, there is a full moon, and might be a little difficult to see it today, but we'll bring some night vision goggles with us, and so perhaps we'll get to see some wildlife. And and of course, it's a monthly event, right? And our next one will be in February and then in March. And so what we do, we encourage people to not use lights, but just walk and sense the trail with their feet. And it's a very uncomfortable feeling for most people, but once you get the feel of it, so to speak, it's a fun experience because you're using a completely different sense you usually neglect in your daily life.
And you're picking up things you wouldn't normally hear or see.
It can be overwhelming. I've done a full moon hike once before, and like you said, you do have to use all your different senses. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it just challenges you a little bit. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's all safe. You know,
and you're with a group.
And you're with a group, yes. And I had one woman one time didn't want to go on because she was afraid of wild animals, and it's like, well, I think the wildest animal is you at the moment, but you know, there is, So tonight and then coming up on the 14th, I have to take a peek at my notes. January 14th, we have at 9 o'clock, we have Introduction to Birding.
Cool.
So we have a student trustee from the University of Maine, and they are coming to, she will be introducing people to bird watching, what kind of binoculars to choose, sight, what kind of the shapes of birds, how you can identify by shape, and also how you can identify by bird song. And on the 21st of January, we have a workshop with Kate Garlett from University Extension, and this will focus on native plants and invasive plants.
Cool.
And so it'll give you she'll give an introduction on some of the most common native invasive plants, how you can mitigate them, possibly, which is another whole trick, and also how you can help native plants in the process.
Yeah, so more people are using native plants in their yards too, versus like some of the landscaping products you can buy at Lowe's, for example.
There's a native plant sale through with our friends at the Maine Audubon. So
Well, yeah, I mean, it feeds two purposes, right? You have native plants, and of course that will promote help native insects, native birds, etc.
Right, they thrive in your garden, and it's good for the local environment.
Yeah. So it's I look forward to that, and then at the end you will have a little seeding project where you will be going home with some
take-home.
Yes,
Very
so
cool.
that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody. Gardeners, people who are outdoorsy in general. That's awesome.
Yeah. And of course, don't forget we have 7 miles of hiking trails.
Yeah.
And and we will have snowshoes. Once the snow falls, we will have snowshoes available.
I was going to say that. Normally, you know, one of the things I love about Hirundo is it's just north of Bangor, and yet you just drive up there, you take the second Old Town exit, hang a left, and go down a few miles, you'll see it there. But you don't have to travel very far to feel like you're really out in the country. During the summer, they provide kayaks and things so people can go up there. And of course, we welcome donations, but it's free of charge. But it's a good way to get up there and enjoy the outdoors and learn about it.
How can people learn more?
Well, we have a website.
Cool.
And we also have a Facebook page, so we welcome people to join us there.
Absolutely.
Good way to learn what else is happening.
Sounds good. And we'll post this video online, and we'll have a link to your website within there.
Great.
And we'll have you back whenever you have something going on. Come on back, Gudrun, and we'll put you on.
We'll have a Winter Fun Day coming up in March. Sorry if I forgot about that.
That'll be a big one.
Yeah, that will be a big one, and we've had them in the past, but since Corona, we had to slow this down a little bit, and so we'll regenerate our Winter Fun Day, so looking forward. It's a
Our
fun
station
day.
has actually agreed to be the media sponsors for that.
Cool.
So
Wonderful.
we'll be helping to spread the word about that.
I didn't know
coming
that.
up. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Gudrun.
Well, thank you for the invitation.
Of course,
Pleasure to be here.
We'll throw it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. So visibility is reduced in a few spots this morning, possibly due to some snow flurries across the area and possibly even some fog. So keep an eye on that this morning as you do make that morning commute. Reduced small craft advisories up till early this afternoon. The winds are starting to calm down now, but it'll take a little bit for the wave heights to respond with the system just off toward our east. But for now, here's a look at the latest maps. So again, we've been watching some snow moving through from time to time. Could be some fog or a few flurries out there. It's further off towards the south and west where we have have been seeing this wave of moisture right here that's dragging in from the southwest, going toward the north and east. So we have this little bit of a wave on the way yet before things start to calm down as we head into the weekend. Still maybe a slight chance for snow as we head towards your Saturday, but that'll be about it. Here's the area low pressure off toward the north. Here's another one right here tracking off towards the north and east. So again, once we get things through, we have a slight chance for snow Saturday and a Saturday night, but that'll be about all. Futurecast moving forward, here's a general idea. Around 2 to 3 o'clock, we'll start seeing us developing and tracking off towards the east. By later this evening, we'll start seeing things calming down, and by Saturday, start off with some clouds, maybe a few flurries trying to sneak in here from time to time, but the sky really starts to clear out of here later on Saturday night, except for the eastern areas, maybe a few flurries there. But by Sunday morning, we'll see some clearing of the skies, which will equal some sunshine. This is going a little bit more aggressive than I'm thinking, at this point, at least around an inch or less possible before we're all finished up. Maybe some isolated areas of up to 1 inch, but that'll generally be about all. So your forecast moving forward for today looks a little bit like this. Lower 30s on the way, nearly above freezing. Snow showers with around an inch or less possible. Well, that north breeze getting up to about 5 miles per hour. As we look ahead towards tonight, the lower 20s do make a return. Some snow showers early. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, a lot calmer. Upper 30s on the way, getting above freezing. Mostly cloudy. Slight chance for a few snow showers still can't be ruled out. But look at the wind backing off out of the west to about 5 miles per hour at best. Here's a look at your extended forecast. So again, by Sunday, all the snow is wrapped up. Mostly sunny. Temperatures cool off with upper 20s for the high temperature after an overnight low Saturday night to around 12 degrees. We warm up into the upper 30s by Monday with a partly cloudy sky. But then look ahead towards Tuesday. Upper 30s are back yet again. Scattered snow showers on the way yet again as another system begins to move in.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Come try one of our daily specials at Pat's Pizza in Hamden.
Tuesday, spaghetti or ziti with meatballs or sausage, only $5.50.
Wednesday, large one-topping pizza, only $8.50.
Thursday, get an oven-baked wrap for only $6.
Friday is fish and fries for only $8.
And Saturday, get a small one-item pizza with a fountain soda, only $8.
Bring the family to Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road, North Hamden.
Looking for a new work experience? Fox and ABC Bangor are partnering with local employers to feature the best local job opportunities, like this one.
Tyler came to Nitro Trailers a little over 4 years ago as a production welder, and throughout his time here, with hard work, determination, positive attitude, coachable, Tyler has advanced many positions throughout that short amount of time. He's been a huge asset to the company. Really enjoy having Tyler here and hope to have many more like him in the future.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
Hello, Maine. This is Steve McKay. Not sure what the weather will be in your neck of the woods, but there's a 100% chance of Luke showing up near you. Next Home Experience is listing and selling homes throughout Maine. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Oscar Mayer is on the search for drivers to go around in their iconic Wienermobile. Applications are now open for the 36th class of drivers named Hot Doggers. The meat producer is looking for recent college graduates who are outgoing, friendly, and love hot dog puns. Hot Doggers will be working full-time and driving the Wienermobile across 20 states over the course of the year. Might be a perfect job for maybe a recent grad still trying to figure out what they're going to do.
I wonder how safe the Wienermobile is.
I think it probably has to be. I think they just built it on a regular car, so yeah. I imagine it's pretty safe with their insurance and everything.
Is it like an RV? Do you sleep in there?
I don't
sleep at the tail end?
think so. I think you just